Your Excellencies, dignitaries, and all of you brought here together for a common cause, good morning. Now, I'd like to start off by introducing who I have been for the last couple of years. At the age of 17, I won a competition beating 4,300 applicants to create a doodle for the Google Kenya homepage. As a result of this, I won a cash prize of $16,000. Half of this was used in a technology upgrade for my high school, and this was able to transform the lives of over 3,000 students. The remaining half was used to facilitate my education in Australia. Least to say, my 2015 was great, and it was just about to get better. When I started my honors degree in biomedical engineering in Australia, I was excited. I had a great GPA of 3.8 out of 4, and that allowed me to join the Global Key International Honor Society that's made up of the top 10% of students worldwide. I then got a job with UNICEF Australia, and I was appointed an associate fellow at the Royal Commonwealth Society. And all this was great. But in 2016, I would return back to Kenya, and I would meet one of my oldest and childhood friends, Michael. Now, when we were growing up, Michael was reserved, he was quiet, and just like the rest of us in high school, he didn't really know who he was at the time and what he wanted to pursue. But when I met him back in 2016, he had transformed. Michael had grown to be a man who had a vision. He held his head up high. He had a vision for who he wanted to be and what he wanted to do on the continent. He had transformed. He had moved from being a man who didn't have a clear vision of his future to somebody who was actively crafting it. What had changed Michael? What had transformed him? It was the African Leadership College in Mauritius. I was intrigued. This new aura that he had, this new energy, his new perception on life, I wanted to have something of the sort in my life as well, regardless of what I was pursuing. And so the next 6 months, I would apply to the African Leadership University here in Kigali. I would be accepted, and I would then be awarded the undergraduate conservation scholarship. And this was off of a project that I had started named Mkono, which is basically a platform that allows young Africans to utilize their skills online and solve sustainable developmental goals in their communities. Now, when I began my education at the African Leadership University, it changed my perception on a number of things, and it allowed me to excel. At the end of the Leadership Core program, I emerged the top student, and it changed my perception on what I wanted to do. One of the courses that we did is named Projects, and it allows us to actively engage companies and businesses and create innovative solutions for them. This was very exciting for me, and this allowed me to pursue a new passion in corporate sustainability. I had started evolving, and I had started developing new skills and new passions. I'm excited about corporate sustainability and companies being conscious about the environmental impact, their impact on natural resources, how they use raw materials, and the environmental footprint. In my past year at the African Leadership University, I have questioned what success is. What is success? Is success limited to awards, accolades? Is it recognition? Is it profits? Is success actively pursuing your dream authentically? Is it a small country of 1,000 hills that has been able to create such great impact internationally by tapping into local homegrown solutions and community building? Ladies and gentlemen, yet again, in the history of our continent, we are at the precipice of the formation of a great generation. The spirit of unity of our founding fathers in 1945 is alive and thriving in students at the African Leadership University right now in 2019. ALU exemplifies success with service at its core. This is a dream of a man who, by actively pursuing success beyond its surface returns, has been able to act as a catalyst to actualizing the dreams of thousands of young Africans like myself. This is a man who has actively challenged the status quo fearlessly. Please help me in welcoming the man who is propelling my generation into excellence in leadership and reigniting the African dream, reigniting optimism for the future of this continent. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Fred Swanica.